Question for Sasha. English first. Whatever.
Congrats, Alex. Considering everything you've been through, this semi-final must feel a bit sweeter than the other ones you've got through to at Grand Slams.
Yeah, maybe looking at the history of last year a little bit, but I'm in the semi-final of a Grand Slam. I'm happy to be in the semi-final of a Grand Slam anytime that I'm there. But of course, for me, the term is not over. I'm happy to be here, but I know that hopefully I have 2 more matches ahead, and they're not going to get easier.
Sasha, congratulations. You were at it for over 3 hours today.
I was what?
You were at it like a lion for over 3 hours, showing so much stamina. And we also know that lions have really big hearts as well. So how big is your heart? How big has it been over the last year?
I'm just happy you're asking me how big my heart is, not something else.
And how big has your heart been here at Roland Garros to get this far?
I don't know, the size of a human being, I guess. No, but as I said before, I'm happy to be in the semis. We're in the semis. It's nothing more, nothing less.
Hi Sasha, obviously you didn't have an easy start of the season after your big injury. How do you explain everything seems to be clicking right now in Paris?
I don't know. As I said before, it was definitely a tournament that I marked on my calendar this year, and I'm happy to be playing the way I'm playing here in Paris. I'm extremely happy with how things are going, but as I said, the tournament is not over yet. There's still potentially 2 very, very difficult matches ahead, and I'm looking forward to that.
Could you break down the possible challenges of Rune and Ruud, please?
Yeah, Ruud has been there before. He's been in the final here last year, so he knows exactly what it means and what it takes. And Rune, he's a very young, up-and-coming guy who I think is playing extremely well, especially on the clay court surface. He made the final of Monte Carlo, made the final of Rome, so that speaks for himself, kind of. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one for them tonight.
Sasha, when you approach the semi-finals of a major, is it a different mindset that you have compared to any of the other tournaments? And is it going to be different this year because of the history of the last 12 months?
I don't think about it anymore. I'm going on court to win tennis matches. I'm not thinking about what happened last year. I have to talk about it a lot, obviously, and that's fine. That's everybody's job. But I'm here to win tennis matches. I'm here to go deep in a Grand Slam, and of course it's different. The tennis consists out of Grand Slams. Tennis Grand Slams are tennis history. That's what you play for. I think the two most important things in tennis are Grand Slams and the Olympic Games. And when you're in a semi-final or a final of either of those, I think that's very different than being in a final of another tournament.
So there's been many talks about your injections. What's the situation now? Do you know exactly what you can or can't do on and off the court?
Yeah, now I can do whatever I want.
On and off?
Yes. That was the ruling for this week, and then they're going to decide about Wimbledon again.
When you go through such a bad injury like you did, do you have to an extent, reinvent your game in some aspects, or is it just going back from where you left?
I think, you're not going back from where you left, because I think it is different. I couldn't play for the first 7 months of my injury, and then for the next 3-4 months I was still in pain, so I wasn't pain-free. I wasn't being able to move the way I wanted to. But sometimes it's also just reminding yourself of who you were and what kind of matches you have won in the past. I think that is important sometimes as well. But again, I think I'm at a stage now where I'm not thinking about the injury so much anymore. I'm not thinking about what happened. I'm just happy to be back at where I was last year, and I have another chance, and hopefully I can take it.
Last game.
Since you're back on the tennis court, what have been the key moments, the key steps in which you felt that your tennis was back, your confidence was back, something was back?
Yeah, first of all, being pain-free. It took longer than expected. I mean, still, beginning of the season, I mean, Australia, I was playing on one leg still. And then I think until basically Indian Wells, Miami, I was still in pain at times. You know, I was not able to practice normally. I was not able to do the things that I wanted. So regarding that, I think it was just getting through that process. And yeah, I mean, after that, it also takes time to feel the confidence again in your leg, to be sliding around the court, being able to move the way you were. But again, I'm talking about the injury more than I'm thinking about it, you know. So it's in the past now.